This morning, the unexpected death of a local teacher, how the community is supporting his family.
And a shortage of firefighters in Madison. Why the department wants to fill those openings with a specific type of hire.
Plus a shortage of summer days. Just one left. Here comes fall, and you have hours of it feeling like summer.
Just hours left, folks. Good morning. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Chris Reese has been tracking this big drop in temperatures all week long, and here it is. We're just a few hours away before those fall feels set in.
It's finally here. I've been waiting for this one for quite some time. I'm ready to turn the AC off, let things ride. Yesterday was not the day. It was too hot for that. But one day left until fall. We're continuing our countdown. I want to show you, though, where fall is, because temperatures do continue to fall, if you catch what I just did there. 77 in Milwaukee right now, 72 for us in Madison, 44 in Fargo, 50s throughout the Twin Cities, 70s in Iowa. This is a sign of things to come. All the cooler temperatures to the north and west 24 hours from now, that will be on top of us as we're getting ready to head out the door. No more showers for us, so that is some good news. Those showers of thunderstorms just lit up yesterday. Honestly, it brought a lot of meteorologists a surprise, but it also brought us a lot of joy too. We love to see a good thunderstorm, but it overperformed. I'll give you that. No more showers or thunderstorms at this point. Temperatures across southern Wisconsin are pretty much all hanging out into the 60s and 70s. 75 in Lone Rock right now. This is the Madison metro. Most of us are into the low 70s. 71 for Middleton, 71 for Oregon now. Belleville at 71, same for Stoughton and Rockdale. Some upper 60s to the north. Wanakee at 69. And then farther to the west, temperatures are into the 60s. Cross Plains, Mount Horeb, Perry, you're all seeing your temperatures into the upper 60s. I want to point out the dew points are into the mid 60s. It is still uncomfortable. Dew points drop in a big way throughout the day. More cloud cover. We're staying in the 60s this afternoon.
Okay, Chris Reese, thank you very much. We appreciate it. There is a new survey being talked about today addressing why African Americans in our city might not be getting the same opportunities to excel at work.
Shane Hogan is here with a breakdown and what's being done about it. Good morning, Shane.
Yeah, good morning, Chris. There's a press conference today to go over these numbers and what Madison and Dane County can do about them. The group, the African American Jewish Friendship Group of Madison, talked to a number of employers across the area. They found people of color aren't getting enough promotions or leadership opportunities. The survey broke down categories like business, government, and education. And in all of these areas, they found disparities in diversity and in opportunity. But despite these issues, AAJFG says there are steps in the right direction. The group says that the percentage of African Americans in leadership roles reflects the area population. Some of those biggest roles include the Dane County Sheriff, Madison Police Department, and the head of Madison Schools. The survey also points out other employers like UW-Madison, where the percentage of African Americans in professor and administrator roles is up over the last decade. So it'll be interesting to see what more comes out today at that press conference.
Yeah, we're certainly going to be talking to the leaders who put together that survey and what the city can do about it. Shane Hogan, thanks for bringing this to our attention.
Now, some developing news from overnight. We are waiting for authorities to identify a body found in Lake Monona last night.
An active death investigation now underway after the body was found floating in Lake Monona around 6. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The department says there's no danger to the community. Details are still scarce this morning. We continue to ask questions of law enforcement to learn what exactly happened here. As we learn them, we'll push those details out in real time on our Channel 3000 News app. Stay tuned there and over on channel3000.com for the latest on this story. In other local news this morning, a GoFundMe set up to support the family of a Monona Grove High School teacher who died unexpectedly last week is at $45,000 and growing this morning. Charles Ping collapsed while at a tennis match Thursday evening and later died. He was an art teacher, Asian club supervisor, and tennis coach for the district. He leaves behind a wife and 3 kids. The community has really stepped up to show support, culminating in that pink out at a last Friday's football game. That was Ping's favorite color. If you'd like to donate to that GoFundMe, by the way, we have a link on channel3000.com.
More money is headed to Wisconsin EMS agencies. Many ambulance and fire departments have struggled during the pandemic. The governor just announced an extra $20 million in a flex grant. In total, it's about half, though, of what more than 400 departments requested. They can use the money to recruit and retain staff and for vehicles, equipment, training, and more. Once the money's split up, many departments will get less than $100,000. Here in Dane County, some past and present military service members are exploring potential new careers as firefighters and EMTs with Madison Fire.
It comes as shortages in the career are at an all-time high. Andrew Banstra has more.
This piece right here is one of the most important.
Assimilating into civilian life can be a challenge for veterans.
I'm sure being in the service, we've all seen.
In a job fair geared towards veterans today, MFD recruited veterans to become firefighters. It's not just a seamless transition, but veterans are often the best candidates that they can find.
There's really no bigger group out there that knows more about service than the military, obviously. So it's such a natural transition to go from that aspect into serving the city of Madison.
It's a win-win for the veterans and the fire department. MFD gets great candidates that have traits that are hard to find, and veterans get to keep doing what they love.
Welcoming our service members home as they transition out of active duty service, it's one of our obligations to try to help with that transition process, help to find good work, and try to do our part to take care of the veterans that have served us so well.
In addition to being physically fit for the job, not everybody has a medical background, but many veterans do.
A lot of folks come in with medical training throughout different aspects of the military that can easily parlay into the work we do as EMTs and paramedics.
Oftentimes after serving in the military, going to a 9-to-5 job simply doesn't fit your lifestyle. But firefighting is not your average job. It's a paramilitaristic organization that's rooted in military connections.
A lot of fire departments were brought on right after World War II. That's when they all kind of came about, and it's just an easy, natural transition to go from that type of job in the military into the fire service.
It takes a special kind of person to make it their job to go in harm's way. That's what makes veterans such great firefighters.
In the military, it's already a selfless aspect of service. And so when you take that and people that have dedicated themselves to being selfless and serving the country over so many years, it's just such an easy transition.
That was Andrew Banstra reporting for us this morning. This marks MFD's second job fair since the pandemic started. They'll host their first ever virtual job fair next week, and then another one specifically for women in early October.
Continuing coverage now, the special master appointed to review documents seized from former President Trump's Florida home last month held its first conference with lawyers from both sides. The federal judge, Raymond Deary, begins his role as special master. He will review the documents. Ahead of the conference, Trump's legal team filed a motion pushing back on the special master's request for information regarding his claim that he had declassified seized materials. They say doing so could harm their defense if the former president is indicted.
I think it's reasonable to assume that he has to give the information necessary. If he's unwilling to do it, then I would think that the judge would simply say, okay, for now, we're going to assume that the documents that say they're classified are classified.
The court order selecting Deary gives him until November 30th to review more than 11,000 records and determine if any of the materials are protected by attorney-client or executive privilege. U.S. government lawyers are urging Deary to hire a third-party vendor to scan the seized documents in order to streamline the review process.
It's been a long time coming for folks in Oregon. The big day finally here. Culver's is breaking ground on its newest location in that town. You'll remember they've been making do with this mini version, along with the mini drive-thru with quite the line to represent their anticipation. Worth the wait, says it right there. Now, this representation is still up. It's going to be celebrated today. They're going to take some pictures with it, along with the construction of the real deal starting this afternoon. There's a ribbon cutting and groundbreaking scheduled for 3. The new Culver's should open sometime in March.
An update now. Today is the day you can try out a new brew in the name of supporting survivors of domestic abuse. We talked about this last week. Breweries across the state are teaming up with a new recipe. Delta Beer Lab is releasing its 1 in 4 beer at its Madison tap room on Badger Road. Part of the proceeds from sales will go to domestic abuse intervention services. The name comes from a shocking statistic that 1 in 4 women will experience some form of domestic violence in their lifetime. You can get the beer at liquor stores, bars, and restaurants all over the county today. It is a 6% ABV IPA with notes of citrus, fruit, and berries.
News just into the newsroom this morning. A Madison woman is facing charges after police say she pointed a gun at someone after an argument at a gas station. It happened last night at the BP on Park Street. Officers say the woman asked someone at the location for a cigarette, got into an argument with him, then broke out the handgun, put her finger on the trigger, and pointed it at him. That man had a young child with him, too. Officers found the woman a while later. She admitted to having the gun. She's now facing charges related to carrying a concealed weapon, disorderly conduct, and felony bail jumping. It's 6:09 on your Wednesday. Coming up, comments from Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee Show. They're always making headlines. The latest to come out of that weekly interview.
And we're live at Horizon High School ahead of their big anniversary celebration in the 608. Stick around.
At iMart Express, you'll save on glasses for classes. For $79, get 2 pairs with kid-safe polycarbonate lenses and a free 1-year frame warranty. Don't let the bell ring before you get a chance to save. A $200 value, all for $79.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing or get $1,200 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
From the big screen to the Broadway stage, Pretty Woman the Musical. Coming to Overture Center October 18th through the 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
It's our biggest sale of the year. Get back to your health and fitness goals by joining Anytime Fitness for just $1 now through October 7th. Let us help you turn no I can't into yes I can. Now through October 7th, join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Hurry in today.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. Oh, Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It's been helping teens succeed in sobriety and school for 18 years in the 608.
Josh Breider is live in Madison with how you can help Horizon High School continue its mission. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're live inside Horizon High School now. This is their 2nd year inside this beautiful new space, and it's a big year. They're celebrating their 18th anniversary later on today. Before we get to the details on that, though, I do want to bring in the director of Horizon High School, Tracy Gall. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Yes, thanks for having us. You guys are super excited. A really big day for you.
Really big day for us.
So talk about the space in general, because this was a huge move for you guys last year. Year 2 for you.
Yeah, year 2 for us. So we were the recipients of a grant from C.G. Schmidt, and they rebuilt this beautiful space for us. And we are so thrilled to have it, because not only do we have extended space to educate our kids, we have a food pantry. We partner with Second Harvest. So in here is our food pantry. Would you like to see it?
Yes, please give us a little walk tour here.
This is where all the magic happens. So the kids are able, and families and graduates, to come in here and shop and take home whatever they need. And it's really nice for our school, because before you can learn, you need to eat. And it's a, basic essential life skill.
So as far as Horizon High School goes, I mean, you guys have a really, really important mission here.
Yes, we do. Our mission is to educate teens in recovery from substance abuse, alcoholism, and mental health issues.
So you have different spaces here that kind of go with different subjects, too.
Exactly. As you can see, we're walking through kind of our science arena. We're studying Wisconsin right now and rocks. And then in here is our actual classroom where the magic happens every day. Every student has their own desk, and as you can see, we have a beautiful smart board, and it's kind of our little home base of where we educate our kids.
This was a huge move for you guys because you came from one room.
Yes, one room and one bathroom.
And I mean,
17 people, yes.
Huge grand space.
Yeah, it's so wonderful. It's really nice.
So, you know, talk about the impact that you guys are already seeing right here in the Madison and Dane County area with why your work is so important.
Well, you know, we are the only recovery school left in Wisconsin. And, you know, everyone always goes, why is that? I think the one reason why we have Horizon is because of our community. People really see the importance in teens in recovery. And our job is to work with those kids who walk through our doors feeling broken and just like failures, and they come here and we're like, you can have a whole new life, you can change it, you have wraparound services. Not only are we going to give you education, there's life skills, there's group, there's cooking, and I think we start believing in the kids before they believe in themselves.
I love that. Important work. Real quick, we've got information I want to throw up on the screen right now. So they're celebrating their 18th anniversary later on today at the Goodman Community Center.
Yes.
And this is important for people to really come out and keep that mission alive for you.
Exactly. A big part of our school is donations and funding. We have a contract with the Madison School District as well as other outlying school districts. And, you know, we have some wraparound funds, but the only way that our doors will stay open is due to donations and the public.
All right, Tracy, thank you.
Thank you.
All this information up on channel3000.com, guys. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to be speaking to a couple of teachers on why they believe in the mission here at Horizon High School. That's around 6:45.
Looking forward to it. Josh Breider live at Horizon High School this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. In Sauk County this morning, work is underway for a new arts center at Sauk Prairie High School. The community held a groundbreaking ceremony yesterday for the Leola Hall addition. This comes just a month after the school broke ground on a new ag facility that's going to wrap up in the spring. The Leola Hall space will be used for a number of different reasons related to the arts.
It's basically an empty box, and we could put bleachers there and chairs there. We can do little mini performances there to an audience. We can build sets there for performances on stage. We can have community meetings there, catering a little lunch there if we want. So a plethora of ideas to use the black box.
The facility is set to open by the end of June 2023.
The Coats for Kids campaign still going on, and we need your help, folks. We're getting closer to that 2,000 tally mark, but we still have a long way to go. So far, the Community Action Coalition has collected over 1,600 coats. We got 119 coats the other day. Remember, you can drop off those newer used coats at any area Clinky Cleaners through October 8th. You can also go to the Coalition's Amazon wish list to find a selection of coats. You can find that link and all the information you need at channel3000.com/coatsforkids.
6:18, news from number 12 during his weekly visit at the Pat McAfee Show. The MVP spoke on many different topics. Top priority, though, the return of Elton Jenkins and Alan Lazard. Aaron Rodgers had lots of praise for those two, sharing how proud he is of Jenkins coming back from his knee injury, how he stepped up in week 2, and the comfort level he has with these guys.
There's definitely some more comfort with 13 and 74 back out there. Just understanding body movements and the way that Alan runs his routes. Alan shows up way more than just in the measurable stat sheet, though. And I think that's one point to always remember about him. He's very valuable in a bunch of different ways. He's such a smart player.
The Packers are heading back on the road for Week 3, taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's on Sunday, kickoff at 3:25.
Well, by that time, it's going to be feeling a heck of more like fall. This is last few hours of summer, Chris Reese.
If you will, yeah, really the last day of summer coming through, but in terms of it feeling like summer, yesterday was about it. Now we have a cold front moving through. It is 72 in Madison this morning, 79 in St. Louis, 40 in Glasgow, Montana. That's up from the 38 that they were at earlier. We focus in on just the upper Midwest, 79 in Moline, 44 in Fargo. So we are seeing the 35-degree temperature difference there, and temperatures will continue to fall. Winds gradually turning out of the north. That's going to bring in drier air. It won't be as muggy as it is now stepping out, and it brings in cooler temperatures for the rest of the day. Dew points right now at 65. That's a little uncomfortable. Winds out of the west at 5. They're becoming northwesterly, and that's where temperatures begin to come down. We're hanging out around 70 now. We'll see our temperatures drop down into the 60s, and then they will hang out into the upper 60s as the day goes on. We'll also see some added cloud cover getting into the mix. There's a round of some showers moving into southwestern Minnesota right now. Those showers never make it to us, but we do see the cloud cover that's going to be associated with that cold front moving on through. So as you're headed out the door right now, know that you're dry. Enjoy that sunshine. No anticipated issues are expected. This is 10 o'clock, though. You see that cloud cover moving into the mix, and that cloud cover really hangs out with us all day. Into the afternoon, you'll see those temperatures into the upper 60s. Here's a wider view of that cloud cover moving through, keeping things cooler. It's going to be tough to get temperatures to move all that much when it's cloudy. It'll clear out towards dinner time tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 40s as you are headed out the door tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, a cooler day. Lots of sunshine, but cooler. Temperatures only top out right around 60. Then tomorrow night, we will get cooler. It is possible that some spots could dip into the upper 30s tomorrow night. It's something to watch. Struggling to get out of the 50s on Friday, 60s through the rest of that extended forecast.
Okay, fall is here. Chris Reese bringing it to us. We appreciate it. 6:21 coming up in our next half hour, a new report, an ad that has a candidate for governor on the defensive.
Stay with us.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Shopco Optical.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Very loud. It sounds like a bull running through a china shop. I don't know what else to say.
People don't realize how nice a door can run until they get it serviced. It's whisper quiet. Your neighbors will thank you.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
This month, shop Surgenian's semi-annual sale. We offer the largest Core-Tex selection in Madison. Carpet featuring Pet Solutions nylon, timeless hardwood, and more. Surgenian's semi-annual sale has savings up to 25% in all departments. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from, and the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
I'm gonna get you! Stop chasing your sister!
Making things better is kind of your thing.
There you go, good.
But when
Medicare has you stumped. It's hard to know how to make it better.
Maybe I can help.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need from a Medicare plan. Everything you expect from a good neighbor.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Second Crop Creative taking a stunning fall-like photo this morning. Beautiful.
I love this picture. I would frame this one. This is one of those ones that I could see like in a staged home in the fall. You're walking through and they have like a little office or flex room right off the front when you walk in, and this photo would be hanging up.
Did you know Chris Reese is a realtor on the side?
I did.
If you didn't know, now you know. Second Crop Creative giving us all of the frameable photos. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Remember to use the hashtag MyNews3Morning every time you post your pictures so we can find them on social media and then share them right here on the program.
Check this out. Got some crazy video of an otter that stole a surfboard that we don't have time to show you, apparently.
You guys are missing out. It was good. It was good stuff.
The otter did steal the surfboard.
Yeah.
Didn't want to give it back.
There we go.
The surfer kept trying to get it back. The otter would freak out. It was a whole thing.
We're not talking about surfing in the forecast, though. That's for sure.
No, here's your bus stop forecast.
I have questions why we don't have that otter video.
Don't we all?
Here's the bus stop forecast for you headed out. We are going to see a wave of cloud cover move through. Some sunshine headed to the bus stop. Temperatures will be into the 70s, so we're warmer earlier than we are going to be this afternoon.
There it is.
Look at it. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Watch this at school today, kids. This is a good one.
We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Add style to your home with a new ceiling fan from Menards. Check out our great selection of Hunter fans. They help save on energy costs and provide year-round comfort. Save today with 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans. Do more than light up a room with Sylvania LED light bulbs. TrueWave reduces blue light, helping you see better and fall asleep easier. All Sylvania LED bulbs are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Follow the fall colors to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of Richland Center. Over 20 varieties of your favorite apples to choose from. We grow and handpick the very best for you. A tradition we've kept in our family farm since 1904. Your family will love our delicious treats. Fresh apple cider, caramel apples, homemade pastries, including our legendary apple cider donuts. You'll want to make Oakwood Fruit Farm part of your fall traditions. Come to the Oakwood Fruit Farm. Visit oakwoodfruitfarm.com.
It changes your entire world. I know because I was a victim myself. So to think there are people like Senator Ron Johnson in Washington who'd make it harder. Ron Johnson supported the Supreme Court's decision outlawing abortion in Wisconsin, even for victims of rape and incest, allowing doctors and nurses to be prosecuted. When I think about other victims and what they're going to have to go through because of Ron Johnson, he doesn't share our values. S&P is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer and get 0% financing for 66 months.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the Arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the Arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Right now, the Madison Common Council taking action on the police use of tear gas.
Pickets popping up in Wisconsin. Why workers in Milwaukee are considering a strike against their employer.
Wind chills in the 20s. That's going to be possible across parts of Wisconsin sooner than you think. We'll tell you when coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchai.
I'm Chris Stanford. It is wild to think that with this morning's temperatures, we could be into those wind chills in the 30s in, what, a couple of days?
Yeah. So I made the state trooper joke yesterday, but we've seen it, and things are certainly slowing down at this point. So
right now, it's happening.
Now, temperatures are already dropping. We're at 76 when I got into work this morning. So 76 degrees. We're still hanging out into the 70s now. It is 72, and it's still fairly muggy. Dew points are into the mid-60s, so it's still a little uncomfortable as you do begin to step out the door, but our wind directions have begun to change. We had southwesterly winds earlier. Now they're westerly, and we will soon begin to see that northerly wind, and that's where temperatures will really begin to fall throughout the rest of your afternoon. So 70 degrees by 10 o'clock, 69 by lunchtime. Notice we'll see that northwesterly wind at that point. We'll also see a wave of some cloud cover moving into the mix, and once we get that cloud cover, your temperatures really stay steady for a while. It's not until we clear out later on this evening that we begin to see even a bigger drop around here. That being said, these are possible wind chills tomorrow morning, maybe into the upper 30s for a lot of us. But by Friday morning, that's where those wind chills could be even lower, perhaps some low and mid 30s, and some parts of the state could have wind chills in the 20s on Friday morning. So a true fall front is moving into the picture.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. Now to some breaking news from overnight. Madison City Council taking a vote on the use of tear gas for crowd control.
This is an ongoing conversation since the downtown riots in 2020. A possible compromise now struck with the department. Our Shane Hogan has the brand new information this morning. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning, Leah. Under the vote, Madison police will be allowed to continue to use tear gas, but there are some new requirements they'll have to follow after the fact. If police do use tear gas, a report has to be issued within 30 days from the city's independent police monitor. That would be shared with the Common Council and the Police Civilian Oversight Board. And those requirements come after some long conversations in the council chambers yesterday, leading to this compromise. However, not everyone agreed with the process.
What is in front of us tonight to vote on is not what's been in Legistar for 3 months. It was put in front of us this evening, which means the public has not had the opportunity to weigh in on this. So it is not open, it is not transparent government. It's not the process that we should ascribe to as a council.
And council members ultimately voted 14-4 with one member abstaining to pass this measure. Now, this is the second time the council has taken a look at banning tear gas for city police.
All right, Shane Hogan with that breaking news overnight. Thank you, Shane.
New this morning, just into the newsroom, police have arrested a man they say burglarized a Madison nonprofit on the city's southeast side in July. The 35-year-old is facing tentative charges for burglary, resisting an officer, and bail jumping. He's accused of taking $10,000 worth of equipment from the nonprofit Camp Creatability.
In the race for governor now, a new report detailing some searing allegations involving employees of Tim Michaels Construction Company. They include sexual assault, harassment, racial discrimination, and a hostile work environment. According to several court documents obtained by the CBS affiliate in Milwaukee, all of the lawsuits have been settled, including some former employees signing non-disclosure agreements. In response to the story, Tim Michaels saying that these unproven allegations do not reflect the training and the culture at Michaels Corporation. Harassment in the workplace should not be condoned nor tolerated, nor was it under Michaels Corporation leadership.
So do we expect these allegations to resonate with voters? Political scientist Anthony Kurchowski of UW-La Crosse says with many voters still deciding about Michaels, a knock on his business record is notable.
When we think about Tim Michaels' campaign, his business experience has been central to his pitch to voters. He has consistently talked about his business experience and talked about his record in business as a reason why voters should elect him for governor.
Professor Chergosky says if voters only know Michaels for his business record, bad press around his company could be a liability. Compare that to someone like Governor Evers, who's pretty well known at this point among voters and doesn't have a lot of room to improve or tank his favorability.
To the race for U.S. Senate now, another law enforcement endorsement Mandela Barnes' campaign claimed to be secure has been withdrawn from the campaign website. Racine County Deputy Sheriff Malik Frazier is no longer included on Barnes' list of endorsements. A spokesperson for the Racine County Sheriff's Office says while Frazier personally supports Barnes in the U.S. Senate race, officers cannot publicly endorse a candidate according to federal laws.
To the latest now out of the Caribbean, Hurricane Fiona is blamed for at least 4 deaths in Puerto Rico, another 2 now in the Dominican Republic, that is. The storm also hitting Turks and Caicos with winds up to 115 miles an hour on Tuesday. It's gaining strength as it moves north toward Bermuda. The National Hurricane Center expects Fiona to be a Category 4 by the time it hits Bermuda tomorrow. FEMA is struggling, meanwhile, to provide needed help in Puerto Rico as rain continues to add to the flooding there.
The first responders, the local responders, the responders of the government of Puerto Rico are not able to get out and help those that need it or assess the damage.
Puerto Rico, not the only island struggling with blackouts and water issues right now. This morning, there are more than 1 million people without running water in the Dominican Republic.
President Biden said to deliver his address at the United Nations this morning during day 2 of the General Assembly. The president's annual speech before world leaders expected to offer a firm rebuke of Russia for its war on Ukraine. Meantime, Russian-controlled regions of eastern and southern Ukraine announcing plans to begin voting this week to become integral parts of Russia.
These referenda are an affront to the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity that underpin the international system and that lie at the heart of the United Nations Charter.
And in another major development this morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a partial mobilization of citizens in the reserve in Russia as Moscow loses ground on the battlefield in Ukraine. He also warned the West that it is not a bluff, that Russia would use all the means at its disposal to protect its territory.
A group of Molson Coors employees in Milwaukee is one step closer to going on strike. They're picketing this week while they negotiate a new contract with their employer. They've been in talks since July and have yet to reach an agreement. The beverage company proposed some pay cuts and a 2-tier wage scale. That means some employees would make less than others for doing the same job. A union rep says that model's been tried before and it doesn't work.
Not as good as what we were hoping for. Allowing a 2-tier wage scale to come in is divisive and kind of the antithesis of what our union is about.
Union members are demanding a higher wage increase and improved working conditions, including less overtime, more PTO, and better benefits.
6:37 outside. Taking a look outside this morning. Traffic starting to pick up out there. We'll check in on any slowdowns across the metro you could experience on your way to work. And those warmer temperatures cooling off quickly today. Chris is going to track those fall temps on the way.
Plus, it's that time of year how you can track the fall colors across Wisconsin one day ahead of the start of the new season.
And Horizon High School celebrating 18 years today. How they are celebrating and how you can help in the 608.
It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. This Wednesday, 6 packs of 7-Up or Canada Dry sparkling water, only 99 cents. And Yoplait yogurt, only 19 cents. Wednesday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Look, it's a Dupaco. We're not a bird or a plane. We are a mighty credit union, born of thrift and laser focused on the interests of our members. Harnessing the combined power of more than 144,000 members and businesses, we work to put money back where it belongs, into your community and into your pocket, working tirelessly to help you pursue your dreams. Isn't that super? Join the movement at dupaco.com/super. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Give every morning a fresh start with a Jimmy Dean Delights breakfast. They're chock full of protein and ingredients you want. From wraps to bowls to sandwiches. You'll never have the same old again.
We're delighted and hope you will try. There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. This Wednesday, Bird's Eye frozen vegetables only 77 cents. And fresh Verlasso Atlantic salmon portions only $2.99. Wednesday only. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Restraint and seclusion are a last resort for managing student behavior, but some say schools are abusing the protocols.
They have all the power. That's not about safety.
Chris Stanford learns why one local family fought back. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. Tonight on WISC-TV, the adventure begins. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the season premieres of Survivor and The Amazing Race, followed by News 3 Now at 10. All your favorite shows are on WISC-TV. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
It's been helping teens succeed in sobriety and school for 18 years now in 608.
Josh Sprider is live in Madison with how you can help Horizon High School continue its mission. Great story this morning, Josh.
Hey guys, yeah, it's amazing to see the positive impact that the Horizon High School has made over the last 18 years. And this is year 2 for them in their new space here, right on the corner of University Avenue and Whitney Way. We're in one of their main classrooms, and we've got a treat for you this morning because, you know, they're having that big anniversary celebration later on today, which we'll get to in a moment. But we have a couple of the teachers here at Horizon High School a little earlier than normal this morning. We have Bob Weinswig and Megan Muse with us this morning. Bob, we're going to start with you. You've been here, this is year 7 for you. You know, talk about that impact that you've seen and just that positive impact right here.
You know, it's been I've been here for 7 years. I came here 7 years ago to help out, and I just never have left. It's really just enjoyable to work with such a diverse community, and really give these kids an opportunity to blossom and branch out and just give them a chance to grow.
And all of these people have amazing stories. You know, Megan, you've been here just a few weeks now. You know, what got you in the doors here at Horizon High School?
So I'm from Wisconsin originally, and I knew I wanted to come back after living abroad for a few years. And I'm in recovery myself, and so being able to work at a school that caters to recovery for students is a very unique opportunity that seemed to fit me.
And this is one of the main classrooms here. So, you know, what are kind of the goals of what you guys really do with your education?
So we try to reach all students. Having students from 9th to 12th grade, we have to really be like inclusive in the curriculum. So throughout the day, we break our day into the different subjects, but we allow our activities to reach their low floor, high ceiling, so they reach the 9th graders to the 12th graders. And as you can see, we're set up in small groups. We try to get kids talking and working together, and having them interact with their peers.
And we talked with Tracy a little bit earlier about that community support and why it's so important. How are you using that community support to get the job done, Bob?
Just, you know, being a private school, we rely so much on the community for people donating various things. Whether it's, we built up our library that way, and through other corporations donating stuff to help rebuild this place. And, you know, that's about it.
Yeah, keeping that mission alive is super, super important. So with that, we're going to throw some information up on the screen right now. Later on today, the 18th anniversary celebration is going to be happening at the Goodman Community Center Ironworks building. So this is an opportunity for you in the community to come out, support their mission here of what Horizon High School has going on and to keep their mission alive. So that is going on. We'll have that up on channel3000.com. Bob and Megan, thank you so much for what you guys are doing, and thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back to you in the studio. It's really, really amazing to see the important work being done here in the community and the differences that they're making for people here in the 608.
Yeah, really important spotlight this morning. Josh, thanks for sharing this story.
Don't forget to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Okay, it is 6:45. The Travel Wisconsin Fall Foliage Color Report is here. So far, the map is mostly green. Peaks expected up north in early to middle of October. Oshkosh and the Fox Valley, they're expecting to see some more color. They're at 30% right now. Dane County, far behind that. Madison is only at 5%. Peak not expected until November. We do expect these numbers to be kind of late, so keep ahead of it. Chris Stanford made that point earlier this morning. The map will continue to update through the fall. They even send you emails as the reports change. This is something my family and I keep an eye on, and then based on the report, we head out west to try and catch the fall foliage in the Gaze Mills, La Crosse area. Chris, there's a science behind how these colors come together.
Oh yeah, it's always science, isn't it? But it is truly dependent on the weather when it comes to this time of the year and just how vibrant those colors end up being. Some of the things you want to look for are, one, wet growing seasons and then a dry, quiet fall. If it rains too much in the fall, one, a lot of your leaves get heavy and they fall because of the water, but oftentimes it's windy and a lot of them come down before they have the chance to turn. You also want generally cooler temperatures, but you don't want it to be too frosty. Now for the oranges and the yellows, that's generally going to happen with the lowering sun angle. Your reds and purples, that's going to be your crisp, cool nights, your dry, mild days, and we have more of those on the horizon. There's a cold front to our north and west right now. That'll push to the south and east as the day continues to go on, and temperatures will be dropping. 72 for us right now in Madison, 44 in Fargo. Our winds are going to be turning out of the north and west as this cold front continues to push on through. Lots of 70s throughout southern Wisconsin, even a lot of 60s, but it's 61 in Black River Falls. 72 is the report at the airport right now. Winds are out of the west at about 5 miles per hour. You look ahead, temperatures will stay steady into the 60s for a period. That's because we're going to see some cloud cover move through. That's associated with some of the showers that you're seeing across parts of southwestern Minnesota right now, but I don't expect those showers to make it all the way here into southern Wisconsin. So as you head out the door, even right here in the Madison Metro, things will be dry for you going out. But let's put things into motion. This is 10 o'clock. Here's that cloud cover starting to roll on through, and it sticks around for quite some time. A wider view shows you that cloud cover streaming in. I'm talking all of southern Wisconsin. It's cloudy for a while, and that's why temperatures don't budge all that much. Plus the colder air filtering in, it gets much less humid as the day goes on. Then overnight tonight, we'll start to cool things down all the way into the upper 40s. Tomorrow, more sunshine, but still that northerly wind is in play, and we will stay cooler, only topping out right around 60 degrees tomorrow. Watch this, though. This is tomorrow night going into your Friday. Overnight lows dip down into the low 40s and maybe even some upper 30s at times headed towards tomorrow. So a chillier day. The wind chill could really be down into the 30s Friday morning. We'll stay to the 60s throughout the extended forecast, so some fall-like weather is here to stay.
Oh man, Chris Reese, those temps are dropping so fast in that forecast.
Yes, they are.
All right, thanks. Hey, here's a chance for students to learn what a future in the trades could look like. The Madison College Portage Enterprise Center is hosting a skilled trade showcase today. You can learn more about careers and training in the trades and also ask employers and instructors about some hot jobs and apprenticeship opportunities. It's an opportunity to talk to recruiters and early college advisors about the application process. Again, it's happening at the Portage Enterprise Center. Tours are happening between 12 and 3 o'clock this afternoon for high school students. And then there's a big open house from 4 to 7 for parents and students. Food, music, and prizes begin at 4 o'clock when the open house opens.
It's just about 6:48 on your Wednesday. Coming up in the morning sprint, the Federal Reserve expected to make history today with a new change to rates.
So I forgot to submit a picture, but you know whose birthday it is today?
It's your son's.
My son, Ben.
I knew it. I called that.
2 years old today.
Oh,
Believe
happy
that?
birthday, Ben.
Grows up so fast. If you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV.
Next year for Ben.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Ashley's Fall Scratch Off promotion is happening now. Come in now for your scratch card that could be worth up to $5,000. Plus, get 78% off clearance items. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, doorbuster deals. Plus, fast delivery. Don't miss these savings. Ashley.
Precision engineering. Rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
In the Oregon area, contact Tarkenton Brothers Heating and Sheet Metal for quality comfort solutions.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
Follow the fall colors to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of Richland Center. Fresh apple cider, homemade caramel apples, and our legendary apple cider donuts are delicious treats your whole family will love. Fill up on pumpkins, cheese, and of course, fresh apples. Over 20 varieties to choose from. Our family has kept this tradition going every fall since 1904 and want your family to be a part of it too. Come to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of scenic Richland Center. Visit oakwoodfruitfarm.com.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
It's your home, and everything should be just right. I'm Brent Ziegler for H&R Carpets and Flooring, where our design staff will help you choose just the right flooring and save you $500. It's a pretty fabulous sale. Come see us.
So I just started this new trapeze class and...
Whoa, the new iPhone is here.
I know, right? The ultimate iPhone. US Cellular paid for mine and I was already a customer.
The new iPhone is here.
Right, and you'd be smart to get it at US Cellular. They have price protection, so you know your rate won't go up.
Now, new and current customers can get any new iPhone 14 Pro or iPhone 14 Pro Max on us.
Okay, I'll just wait here and watch your donut.
At US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Ashley is Wisconsin's largest mattress retailer, and their fall scratch-off promotion is happening now. Come in now for a scratch card worth up to $5,000, plus $400 off any size Purple Plus mattress. Like this Purple Plus Queen, only $14.99. Don't miss these mattress savings. Ashley.
Safe drivers save lives. Vision Zero Madison.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news overnight. Madison police will be allowed to continue to use tear gas for crowd control. City Council voting on the measure at its meeting last night. The vote requires Madison's independent police monitor to review any use of tear gas within 30 days. But police will still be allowed to use it. Members voted 14-4 with 1 abstention. Just into the newsroom, a Madison woman facing charges this morning after police say she pointed a gun at someone after an argument at a gas station. It happened last night at the BP on Park Street. Officers say the woman asked someone there for a cigarette, got into an argument, then broke out a handgun, put her finger on the trigger, and pointed it at the victim. That person had a young child with them. Officers found the woman a while later. She admitted to having the gun. She's now facing charges related to carrying a concealed weapon.
Happening today, the Federal Reserve is expected to make history with a rate hike, another one. It's expected to either raise its key short-term rate by 3/4 of a point or even a full percentage point. The central bank kicked off a 2-day meeting yesterday, and it's scheduled to announce that decision this afternoon.
Breaking news overseas within the last few hours here. Russian President Vladimir Putin is announcing a military mobilization for his country. This as Russia continues to lose ground on the battlefield in Ukraine. His address to the country comes one day after Russian-controlled regions in eastern Ukraine announced plans to hold votes on becoming part of Russia. The defense minister says 300,000 military members will be mobilized.
Tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Wisconsin. She'll deliver an address at the Democratic Attorneys General Association Conference in Milwaukee. The visit comes just 2 weeks after the president made a trip to Milwaukee on Labor Day. Harris is also set to meet with local Latino leaders tomorrow.
An Iowa County man convicted of beating and stabbing his mother and dog to death will get the chance at parole after 40 years in prison. 22-year-old Sean Pickett now serving a mandatory life sentence. He was convicted of first-degree intentional homicide in that case. The Avoca man told investigators he was possessed, heard evil voices, and blacked out before the murder.
A Madison man will spend 2 years in federal prison for having a firearm as a felon. 42-year-old Dwayne Peoples also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release. Officers say they pulled him over last year after he was seen conducting a drug deal in Penn Park off Park Street. That's when they found the gun and a loaded magazine, which is illegal for people convicted of a felony to have in their possession.
Governor Evers' administration is trying to limit the levels of PFAS chemicals in the state's groundwater. The State Journal reports the governor is authorizing the DNR to come up with limits on the chemicals. That rulemaking process typically takes at least 2 years. Then it's subject to approval by the governor at the time, the Natural Resources Board, and the legislature.
8 people taken to the hospital after a building exploded in Chicago. Chicago Fire says at least 3 of those people are in serious to critical condition. The source of the explosion unknown this morning and remains under investigation. The ATF and the Chicago Police Bomb Unit are there to assist.
At the nation's capital, the Washington Monument is closed this morning after it was vandalized overnight. Police say they have a man in custody. They say he splashed red paint and wrote a profane message on the base of the monument. No word yet on when it will reopen.
America honors Queen Elizabeth II today with a service of Thanksgiving at the National Cathedral. All of the living former U.S. presidents are expected to be there. The Queen met each one of them during her reign. The service is private but will be streamed online.
A beautiful look outside right now. Plenty of sunshine, but cloud cover is going to be going into the picture as the day does go on. Temperatures will be dropping as well from the low 70s and then hanging out into the 60s for much of the day. By 7 o'clock, we are down into the mid and even some lower 60s. So your high of 72, that's happening right now. Temperatures will continue to fall throughout the morning. We'll go down towards 48 overnight tonight. Then a more fall-like pattern throughout the rest of that forecast.
Okay, Chris Reese, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Stay tuned right here to News 3 Now for another local news and weather update coming up in about half an hour.